Hey. Hey, this is working. Oh, this is working. Okay. Today, I'm reading The Moment Everything Began to Shift. A queen breaks tradition, a healer is summoned in secret, and an empire unknowingly embraces a new kind of crown. The night Vashti refused her crown, it's not just a fall from grace, it's a spark that sets Hadassah's hidden purpose into motion. So let's begin reading the prologue of The Wisdom Basket, A Hidden Legacy. The story starts out in what we call March in the Gregorian calendar. In the Persian month of Spendermad in 1483 BC. It is also the month of Adar on the Hebrew calendar. The copper basins streamed like a beautiful offering as the fires burned in the shrine alcoves around her. Shadows stretched long across the queen's mother's chamber. Atossa, queen of queens, stood clinging to the basin rim, her body trembling beneath silk that now clung like a second skin. She had never been late for anything in her life, and now she might never rise again. The ritual baths had failed. Every ointment, every ash-drenched cloth, every sacred oil had done nothing but scald her wounds and stir her shame. The left side of her chest still pulsed with dull, angry fire. Her skin was red and raw from the persistent rash bubbling from her collarbone to her navel. Each movement sent burning, throbbing jolts through her ribs and spine. Her once crowning black hair, now thin, gray, and unbound, hung limp, damp with sweat. She leaned her forehead against the basin rim, closed her eyes. Outside, somewhere deep within the man's palace, came the thunder of laughter, music, and toasts. The drunken chant for her son's name. Xerxes, they whispered. She whispered, "You see nothing, do you?" A rustle near the curtain, soft feet. Tisra entered, her most loyal servant, eyes downcast, burning with knowing. "She waits, my lady," Tisra said, "as you instructed." Atossa nodded once. "Bring her." Hours earlier, Mordecai recognized the violet instantly. Folded inside a bundle of underlying linen was a single veil of deep violet, worn at the edges, embroidered with silver thread, with a symbol only 2 women in the empire ever knew. At the hem, 1 strand was snipped. His heart thudded. She remembers. No name was spoken, no scroll sent, only the veil. From across the courtyard, Hadassah looked up from where she knelt beside her students. They had just revealed the reason for their giggling. A small toad with rough skin and higher than normal pitch croaked, nestled in the pocket of Anna's dress. As Hadassah rose to move the toad into a safe place, her lesson was interrupted. "All I know is it's urgent. Mordecai wants to see you," said Joseph. She dismissed the students and she ran home quickly. Mordecai greeted her at the door. No smile, only a look of deep concern. He placed the veil beside her Wisdom basket. It's time. You've been chained. You've been trained for this. You know what to do. Tisra will meet us at the gate. Arriving at the palace gate, Tirzah escorted her quietly, secretly, through the stone halls lit only by the flicker of bronze fire scones. They entered the queen's chamber with care. Tirzah nodded once and appeared behind the curtain, leaving Hadassah standing alone. Atossa didn't look up. Her body remained still in the water, her fingers white against the copper rim. "You came," she said softly. As Hadassah knelt, opening the basket without speaking, the scent of violet petals and thyme drifted into the room. "She wore time," Atossa murmured. "The day I first bled through silk and thought I lost my crown." Hadassah paused, hands still. "She told me," Atossa continued, "that pain comes in waves. The breath is how we ride them." Hadassah reached into the basket and removed the linen wrap, violet dyed, faintly embroidered with the same mark as the veil. She dipped it into the cool water, twisted it slowly, and pressed it gently against the queen's trembling collarbone. She called it the first rhythm, Hadassah whispered. "Inhale, hold, exhale, wait." Atossa exhaled. The basin shifted slightly as Hadassah added a crushed bay laurel and aloe salve to a reddened area from her shoulder to her breast. Then came a string of flax knots and beads. "Use these flax knots to find your breath path. Breathe in at the knot, hold it along the string, exhale with your lips pursed from the knots 3 and 4. Repeat until the pain passes." Hadassah laid it gently across Atossa's palm. Trace it if the trembling returns." Atossa's fingers curled around the first bead. Silence stretched between them. The queen mother's breathing deepened. Then softly, "You have her hands," Atossa said. Hadassah froze. "You knew her?" "I did know her," Atossa whispered. "I trusted her. When she died, I watched the empire forget her, but I didn't." Hadassah's eyes welled, but she did not weep. "If they knew you were hers, they'd have burned you too." Outside, the door slammed, shouting echoed in the hall. "She refused! The queen defies the king and has called for her deposal." Hadassah and Atossa remained still. Atossa murmured, "One crown has fallen. Perhaps another will rise." Tirzah spoke inaudibly as the door slammed again. "Tirzah," Hadassah whispered, I need to show you what to do." And her first healing lesson began. I hope this intrigues you to come back next week to hear chapter 1 of The Wisdom Basket, A Hidden Legacy.